All right, let's kick this off. Today I'm joined by Samuel Kanar, founder and CEO of Appeals Doctor. He's been in e-commerce for years, starting as a seller himself before building Appeals Doctor to help others protect and recover their Amazon businesses. Samuel, thanks for joining.
A pleasure. Good to be here.
Nice, man. How are you doing today?
Good. Very nice. Up in the office, raining around me in
Yeah.
Florida, but keeping it dry.
Yeah. You're actually near Miami, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
I'm next door Miami. I'm in
Okay.
Hallandale.
Okay, great. And how is now the windy season starting?
Yes, the rain has started. It's summer, so it rains here in the summertime. So, yep, we're almost out though. So we've got a month or two left of the rain,
Okay.
and then the beautiful winter comes in.
Okay, meaning the winter is your best time.
It's the key. Yeah, best time to be here.
Okay, nice. Great. We're here today to talk about your story and Appeals Doctor. To start,
Sure.
can you give us a quick overview of what Appeals Doctor does today and what your role looks like?
Appeals Doctor services Amazon sellers on their account health, and keep them compliant, making sure that they're following Amazon's terms and conditions, and if they're doing anything wrong, we help them fix those problems. So how it started was, I actually started 2008 on eBay, and I was a seller on eBay selling like random bits that I found as a young child. I was like very young, and then throughout the years I was like just selling on eBay, and then I met a guy. He introduced me to Amazon. He told me Amazon hold your products and they send it to your customers when you sell them. So I'm like, that's really cool. So you don't have to really hold anything in your house. So I started Amazon in 2013 as a seller, and I also was working in a jewelry store at the same time and doing Amazon in the evenings. And then about a year or two later, mid 2015, so I decided to take Amazon full time. And then fast forwarding, that was my full-time business, traveled around the world. And 2020, I mastered it. I sold the business, and then I opened up Appeals Doctor. And
Interesting.
so we opened up a service business for Amazon sellers. So I transitioned from a seller to a service provider in the same industry, and been going strong since.
Interesting. Was there a particular reason why you got the idea to start Appeals Doctor?
So yeah, during my years of selling on Amazon, a lot of like friends of mine come to me and like ask me questions about their accounts. And actually, for some reason, I kind of figured things out slowly on my own. So I started fixing people's problems already at the time. So I kind of like decided to like, you know what, I prefer services. For me, it just made sense since I was traveling a lot. Dealing with products for me wasn't really ideal all the time. So kind of moved away from that, especially when 2020 COVID hit. I decided to actually, when COVID hit, I ran out of inventory on Amazon. So I actually didn't have any business going on at the time. So I decided to continue helping out guys that needed help on their account back end issues. So then that was when I decided to move to it full time.
Did you face that issues yourself, getting your accounts blocked or some?
Yeah, of course. All the things that I do mostly happen to me as a seller, because when you start growing and scaling on Amazon make sure that you're taking it serious. So they test you, challenge you, and they're always trying to throw you off, because ultimately Amazon are customer centric. They don't care about sellers so much, because ultimately their buyers are the ones that keep their business going. So sellers more like disrupt sometimes. So they're getting rid of a lot of sellers that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Keeping to their terms of service for Amazon.
How was the switch from B2C to B2P?
Sorry.
How was the switch? Because from B2C to B2B.
It was a transition. Took a year or two to really take off, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds really interesting, because I was looking for different kinds of businesses, and yours really stand out because it's very niche and faces a different kind of problem.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting.
Yeah, we definitely feel a huge need, a huge need actually in the industry. A lot of people have problems every day. Yeah, we have clients that use us on a monthly basis on retainer, and so they really are thankful that that
Mm.
we're here for them, and we like kind of keeping their account stable and active.
What are like the most common reasons accounts get or listings get suspended on Amazon?
A listing can get suspended if you get too many complaints from customers saying, let's say you're selling a product new and it comes used, and so they'll complain about that, or if a buyer thinks your product it's fake, so they'll complain. So all these types of issues come in. If they come too many times, too many complaints, you get a suspended listing, and then they come to us and say, hey, help me out, because they're selling probably 100, 200 units a day for a listing, so they can't afford to
Mm.
have a listing down.
Nice. And how do you tackle this?
Sorry?
How do you tackle this if a listing gets suspended
So
or?
yeah, so it really comes down to explaining to Amazon in their terminology, writing an appeal, um, going through the whole process from digging dive. We first do a deep dive into the issue. First, see
Mhm.
what happened. Then we write an appeal plan of action accordingly to what we find, and then we speak to the seller. We go through the details. We basically make sure we have everything in check, and through our many years of experience, we kind of get the issue resolved. But it's
Mhm.
never guaranteed, because ultimately it's Amazon's decision.
Yeah. And how is Amazon? How is working with Amazon or writing an appeal? Are they like open for arguments, or are they?
So they're definitely hard to work with, because they don't, as I said before, they don't care so much about sellers.
Mm.
But at the end of the year, they are fair. So if they
Okay.
take you down, they'll have a good reason for it, and there's always a good reason for it most of the times. And at the times that they don't have a good reason, we'll explain to them that why our client is in the right, and then they should most of the time fix the issue.
Mhm.
But if the client's wrong and we try and fix the issue and explain to Amazon, made a mistake, then things happen. It's like life.
Mhm. But I can see the sense here. So the customer can focus on his main business, selling more product, and you take care of the rest if there's any issue.
Correct. They don't want to deal with this problem. That's the clients that want to grow in Amazon.
Mhm.
They don't want to deal with appeals and dealing with problems that Amazon throwing at them. So that's when they come to us,
Mhm.
because that's our specialty, dealing
Yeah.
with these problems on a daily basis.
I also saw that you had a other company before, Honest Gadgets and TriVest.
Yeah, couple startups that I
Yeah.
tried and didn't work out. I've had about probably 10 startups in my
Yeah.
life. I've gone through them, try different things, different ideas, different niches. Sometimes they stick, and
Mm.
sometimes they don't. I always say, like, try. If you don't
Yeah.
try, you'll never know.
That's a true fact.
Yeah.
Are there like big lessons you learned from your ventures?
Uh, what have I learned from that? Of course, every time something doesn't work out, a lot from each story. Um, It's all right. I'm just gonna turn it off. Okay. So the one thing I learned from Honest Gadgets was it wasn't a need. I was trying to fill a need that I thought it was a need in the industry. I was creating, well, I would find like gadgets in the industry and create honest reviews about them. But then it just wasn't needed. Like no one really wanted that service so much. And Thrive Us was a clothing brand that I started. It was a drop shipping product, drop shipping business model,
Mhm.
and I noticed that I started it probably 4 or 5 years too late, when it already exploded and it was very saturated.
But I guess you still like also with a venture or if a business doesn't work out, you learn so much how to start a business, how to face difficulties.
Sure, yeah, there are times in business that you can that you get a challenge, you just got to work through it, because if you don't, then you're never going to grow. But there
Mhm.
are times also you got to know when to like leave it alone.
Yeah.
You can't just, not everything is a challenge that you need to resolve. Sometimes a challenge, like sometimes an issue will come up that you need to kind of assess, like, is it worth my time? How much time I'm putting in? How much, how much money am I getting back? You know, you have to do the analysis.
Mhm.
Probably every 6 months, to be honest, to make sure that you're in the right direction in anything you do in life.
Yeah. I mean, like personally, or also like with all your ventures.
Business ventures, if you focus on business, we want to make sure that you're kind of heading the right direction.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're so stuck in something that you don't notice, you don't think maybe it's working out, maybe it's not working out, maybe it's not going where I wanted it to go. And, so it's always best to do an analysis to make sure that you're on the right path.
That's so true. I also like in the last couple of months, I thought about my business, if I want to do that, if there's a need. And I think it's great to just sit down and think what is the need of the market right now, and if you want to adapt.
100%. You want to make sure that you're not coming up with an idea that it may not be needed, right? You have to come up
Yeah.
with the idea, look out for what is needed, and then try and fill that gap. A lot of the times, people start businesses with no plan, or they don't have like
Hmm.
a vision, right? I guess me as as the CEO of this company of Appeals Doctor, I have a vision. I started with a vision, and we're going in that direction for the vision. So it's definitely important to have that when you first start a business. So anyone starting business must have a vision, like the end game. Like what's the plan? What's the 3 year plan? What's the 5 year plan?
Mhm.
I wouldn't go longer than 5 years because 5 is a long time. And figure out like what's the end game? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to accomplish? And what type of revenue you're trying to achieve? Because then you're just going with the flow.
Mhm.
And when you go with the flow, you're going nowhere.
What's your vision for Appeals Doctor?
Get IPO.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
We want to attack the market, be the number one, um, you know, top of mind for any Amazon seller, eventually going out to all e-commerce platforms. And being we're being the number one account health in this agency in the world for fixing people's problems on e-commerce platforms, any platforms across the board. So we're working on automating the whole system, helping sellers by achieving this efficiently and getting it done effectively too.
ambitious goals, but I think
Yeah,
it's great to have ambitious goal to work to
you
something.
have to have ambitions.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to put it into a plan.
Yeah. What have been the toughest challenge so far? Achieving your vision?
Hiring the right people. I think that's a big one. Hiring the right people. I've gone through many people, and I think for me, hiring the right people in the right seat in the business is probably the biggest challenge.
Do you have a process for that? How do you decide if a person is a good fit?
Yeah, there's a process, how you hire someone. You go through a couple steps, 3, 4 steps to make sure that you don't have to interview like hundreds of people. You interview only the people that actually are fit.
Hmm.
There's a whole process about it, but it's taken me a number of years to really perfect it, and I'm still working on it. Still working on perfecting it. But thank God now, right now we're a solid team of 10 people, and we are very, very solid in the team, collaborating and working together to get to our goals.
Must be really interesting being like in the beginning of such a big thing, creating a team.
Yeah, it's huge.
Also,
It's what leads the companies. Elon Musk says, your workers are your bread and butter.
hmm,
You got to treat them like gold. You have to really make sure that they're getting exactly what they need because ultimately they're running a business. You have the vision, but they have, they're running, they're the machine. So you have to make sure that they are like looked after and doing, working on your vision.
mhm. Yeah, for sure. Like in my last real job, I worked for AI recruitment company out of Berlin,
Oh,
and you
nice.
could see like the biggest companies who really invest into great talent and who invest into great conditions for their talent. There's drive in the marketplace.
Yeah.
If there's a company who is like, okay, we will pay more, or we give them more benefits, or more, like people also they want to achieve something and do something of meaning, and companies who
Mhm.
were willing to accept that and invest in that area, they're really thrived.
Yeah, I agree. It's you have to hire people that are on your vision path, have the passion, they want to succeed, they want to do well, not just anyone that just wants a 9 to 5 job because that
Mm,
would work for me.
yeah. It's also like I'm based in Vienna,
Oh, cool.
and like the EU has a way different mindset than the US based entrepreneurs and employees. And also,
Yep.
like my last couple of interviews, if you get the US mindset where everybody is hustling and has the entrepreneurial mindset, I
Yeah.
think that changes these things also.
I'm actually from London, by the way. I grew up in London.
Really?
Moved to the States about 6 years ago, and yeah, that's kind of why I left. It's very small-minded. Country is very small-minded, England,
Mm,
and there's like no growth. Everyone just is trying to just trying to get through. No one's
mm,
actually trying to think. No one's thinking big. Come to America, everyone's thinking big.
mm,
Everything's big here. Like it's just like the concept. People's brains are bigger, and people are also willing to grow together, not just be on their own. I
mm,
found like England or even Europe, everyone kind of like no one likes to collaborate so much. Everyone likes to do their
Yeah.
own thing and they're just trying to do it themselves. And you notice, if you really want to make it big in life, you need to collaborate with people that are
Mm.
successful in the industry, done it before. You have to be vulnerable sometimes and actually like reach out to people that can help you scale and can help you get to your goals. So
Yeah,
that's America for me.
I can easily see that. It's also like in Austria and Germany, cold email is illegal, so you're
Yeah.
not allowed to write, but everybody does it, and it's highly regulated and in the whole EU. And Germany is getting so little cold emails, but still, if you write them, so like if you write CEOs or founders, many of them will complain about the cold email. If you write, you can write every US based founder, the level, so the amount of complaints is quite little. Most people are like, I tried Austin, Miami, and other cities. Many people are quite helpful. Like everybody tries to help you, and they're open minded.
Why
And
not? If
yeah,
you have, if you can give something to someone else to help them achieve their goals, oh, why can't you? And also,
mm.
like in a way, help yourself too. You open your mind up and will kind of broaden your own brain as well.
Do you miss England?
Not really, but I
No.
go back. I go back on a yearly basis to visit my parents. I don't miss England.
Okay.
I do like it. I mean, it's a beautiful place when the sun's shining, which is rare.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be where I am.
It's funny because I'm actually from Salzburg, and Salzburg is one of the only cities who has more rainy days than London.
That's funny.
There's sometimes like several days where the rain doesn't stop. It just gets a
Yeah.
bit intense, and then it loses intensity, but it goes on for days and days.
Oh, it's just that gives depression.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because I'm also thinking about moving to the US, but it's not the easiest process. So
No, it's not an easy process, but who says easy is always,
yeah.
no one says anything's easy. I actually became a US citizen about 3 weeks ago.
Oh man, congratulations.
I think it took me like since 2019.
Yeah.
So it's like 6 years it took me to get it, but I got it.
Did you came with the E2 visa?
I came with a student visa actually. I came as a
Okay.
student, studied in college, and married someone in America. Helped me a lot. Does expedite the process. Still lengthy, but expedited the process. And yeah, thank God, here I am.
Fascinating. Would you still recommend it for like young entrepreneurs from Europe
Huge,
to move to the
absolutely.
US?
If you want to grow as a business and you want to you want to be successful, I feel like America has got it all. You just need to know who to speak to, and networking. They say networking is a net worth.
Yeah.
So that's really what it comes down to. So and they have the network here. So once you tap
Hmm.
in, you build your net worth. You just got to know who to speak to, and be open.
Hmm. Is there like I probably can guess the answer, but is there a city or place which you would recommend in the US?
For me, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the sun's shining every day and it's never cold enough to go outside, like in a t-shirt. And just people are happier in general. When people are happier, they tend to work better.
Mhm.
So for me, Florida, it just does it for me. Yeah, it's best. I feel like best, like Miami specifically, is probably the best state in the world, best city in the world.
Oh man. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit next year because next year in spring I'm going to New York City first, Nashville,
Oh, cool.
Austin, and probably afterwards to Miami.
Come say
And
hello to me. Come by my office. I'm happy to have you in.
of course, for sure, for sure. Just want to vet some cities and then try to apply for E2 visa, like start the company here
Yep.
and try it that way.
Yep. Absolutely. I wish you a lot of luck with it.
Thanks, man. Also, like back for to your main topic with Appeals Doctor. How do you see the landscape of Amazon compliance and account health evolving in the next few years?
It's only getting stricter.
Yeah.
It's only getting stricter as time goes because Amazon want to make sure that they have keeping the customers happy. So it's getting stricter and stricter on a weekly basis. So I see it's removing a lot of sellers that are kind of not really in it to win it, or they're not coming here to make money. They're coming here just like a little side hustle, and the side hustles on Amazon is not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, makes sense. I think most things in life, either you do it fully or
Yeah, do it or don't do it at all. Don't be half in, half out. Doesn't work.
there's too much competition nowadays to do it halfway.
Exactly.
Nice. And finally, what advice would you give sellers who are facing their first suspension or any issue right now?
I mean, reach out to us. We'll check out your account. We'll do a free audit on the issue. Tell you if there's something we can do for you, help you out. Sometimes we cannot actually help you. Sometimes the mistake that someone did was so bad, like forging documents and sent to Amazon. There's no going back from that. So like, there's sometimes we can't help you, but a lot of times we can. So we'll check it out. We'll see if we can help you, and if we can, we'll let you know.
Nice. On which markets are you serving right now?
We're selling worldwide, actually. We do Europe, we do North America, which is Canada, Mexico, and the US. Those are the main two focus markets. And then we do Asia and, Singapore and all that. So, we do all the markets really, because Amazon is across the board.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you want to emphasize?
If you start Amazon, do it properly. Don't cut corners, because it's going to bite you later. And have everything documented. Anytime you purchase products, make sure you have documentation. Make sure it's in an organized place if you ever need it in the future. And only buy from real suppliers, legitimate suppliers. Don't buy from liquidators. That's going to get you suspended. Very hard to reinstate those issues. Do it properly. And if it's too good to be true, if a deal comes your way and it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true, then it's not a good deal. I would highly recommend making your own private label business on Amazon. It's harder in the beginning, but it's only going to get better as time goes on, because it's your own brand. So you own it. And even if you run everything properly, operations are great, you'll still need to make sure that you're compliant with Amazon. And that's where we come in. We help people that have like huge issues, and we have people that just have just a monitoring for them as well.
I have to say, thanks for all that input, Samuel. This has been great. It's been
Good talk
quite
to you,
valuable. Thanks, man.
Pleasure. And I wish you a lot of success as well. And hopefully you'll move to America in the right time.
Yeah, I hope so too. If someone listening wants to learn more about Appeals Doctor or reach out, where's the best place for them to reach out or reach you?
You can go on appealsdoctor.com on the website. You can send us an email, call us. You can go on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media channels. We're available to answer them. Any questions you have, happy to help, happy to give free tips. By all means, whatever. If any seller comes to us asking for help, we can help them and give them advice, put them on the right path. So if you need us, reach out to us.
Sure, I will mention that in the notes section. And
of course,
if you're interested, please feel free to reach out to Samuel and his team.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right. Good talking to you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.